Hello, it's Danny Cuts here. It's been a long time since I've done a video. I've been very busy with lots of other projects and getting things moving. Also, the Google Panda, Penguin, Unicorn, and whatnot updates have definitely kept me on my toes. I've been working basically on trying to suss out what's happened and what's not. One of my sites was hit quite badly by the latest update. It turns out, from what I can see, is that it's the eBay affiliate links I had on it. Google doesn't really like them, so I've been pulling them out and testing and split testing to see what improvements we've made, and so far it's looking pretty good. One thing though is I've been using a piece of software called Whitesmoke for quite a while now. I've mentioned it in past videos that I've been using it, and it's pretty much something that I use every single day now. Even though I am English and British through and through, my typing and spelling skills have a lot to be desired. I have to get everything proofread by lots of older people in my family and whatnot, because simply my spelling is horrific. So what I'm going to show you in this video today is basically Whitesmoke, how it works, and then obviously you can see if it's something that you think you'd use. So if you see over here, this is the Whitesmoke website. They do an online version now, which I don't have, but I will be. It's a little bit more than a grammar spelling checker. It's a lot more than it is. Even when I say, it's just a grammar and spelling checker, it does improve your writing style. It tells you what's wrong and how to improve it and whatnot. So it's pretty smart. It wasn't that expensive. I think I only paid about 80 UK pounds for it, which, to be honest, is a lot cheaper than paying for a proofreader. And I mean, I'm not saying I don't use proofreaders anymore. I do, because this doesn't get it perfect 100% of the time, but it just makes the proofreader's job a lot easier, and also then it should reduce the costs down for that as well. So yeah, basically, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up an article into here. I'm just going to nick some PLR, so just give me 1 second. So as you can see, I've just copied a PLR article I have on my hard drive into here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this into the Whitesmoke software, which is just over here. Okay, what I do is I drop it in, and so here we go. So the title, a couple of paragraphs. And what I'm going to do is hit check text, and fingers crossed it works. It's probably going to come back there. It's perfect. Okay, so it's come out 8 out of 10. Okay, so what we do is this basically tells you that it needs a comma in there, and then so however there are, but there is they reckon's the best one to use. So click that. Okay, this is what I like about it. It's because I do a lot of writing, and I use the words then and that too much. Then there was this, then was that, and it's quite annoying for me. I notice it. But what it does is this software tells you if you use the word too much. So so this word here really has been used here and here. So what you do is you click more, and here you go. Truthfully, snoring problems do not just stress the relationships with partners. The problem is also all sorts of people being struck by it. For instance, comma, a beautiful maiden, despite her beauty, will really look awful in her sleep if she produces irritating loud snores. Okay, so what we've done, so I've gone through here, I've checked that, and then it goes back through. Beautiful repeated stem, right? So it says truthfully here needs changing, so click check. Okay, so partners, relation partners, just relationship for partners. So it needs one of those dot and a dash. For instance, there we go. So this only gets it somewhere near. Once I've thrown it a proofreader afterwards, it's a little bit easier. Okay, so repeated stem. I have no idea what that means. So here you go. Explanation. repeated stem. If you have repeated similar words that originate in the same stem, because you're revising one of these instances. Okay, so basically I've used beautiful and beauty. A stunning, we'll change that to a stunning maiden, despite her beauty, will look awful in the sleep. Right, so we check that, and fingers crossed it will go ching. There we go. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm doing this straight off the cuff. I've never even opened this PLR article before. Okay, so here we go. So he goes, but think of this, right? So you can click more, however, nevertheless, even so. Right, so we'll just use however. So and they're saying simple has been used too much. So there's simple there and simple there. Okay, so we'll just go a easy, right? So we'll just change that to an, because that would be an easy snore. Might eventually lead to sleep apnea. A snore might. Let's just go back and see what I actually read before. A simple snore might eventually lead to sleep apnea. Right. Okay. So therefore, snoring. So we'll just remove that actually. There we go. So it should be not check text. Right. So this is a few problems that Whitesmoke does come into. So it doesn't really notice that that's actually a name, and we'll just remove that there as well. Check text. And as you can see over here, you've got basically, you would like these all excellent. I've never scored more than 8 out of 10 for anything I've written, so don't get your hopes up. I'm a marketer, not an English teacher. Okay, right, so we know that's okay. The word also has been used. So we'll click more. There you go. Furthermore, could furthermore lead to the known symptom of diabetes, insulin resistance. Okay, so that will go. So now before we proceed to the possible treatments of snoring, it will be more effective if we will trace. So we'll just go trace, because if we trace through the snoring first, done. Okay, so naturally has been used first. Right, when we are asleep, the air passes through our nose, throat and lungs naturally, noiselessly and unimpeded. Though for millions of people it's just a disruption in the flow of air. So we just click. Typically occurs. Several reasons for this. This is a clogged nose, or I think it means one of them, or maybe it's one of them. Once again, I did English at school, but I was too busy trying to make money rather than actually learn how to spell and use grammar. So as you can tell, this software for me is a bit of a lifesaver. I've actually got American friends who spell better than I do. So yeah, quite embarrassing. I'm not proud of it. I'm actually thinking about going to college and doing night classes in it, but you have to bear with me. So far we've got 4 excellents, a fair and a good. So right, several reasons for this are a clogged nose. No, so is the right way. Is a clogged. I'm going to put up there. Let me see how that works. It still says I'm going to ignore that because I don't think that's right. Excessive eating. So excessive. Extreme eating, extreme drinking. There we go. Doctors who directly pertains to change in lifestyle. That would do. As you can see, I know nothing about snoring. So there we go. So, I thought I'd change that. Excessive. Check text. I thought I'd change that. Extreme, immoderate. I'm going mad. Changing it back from one to the other. There we go. Okay, so there we have. Right, so that's not too bad. So yeah, as you can see, Whitesmoke is fairly easy to use. It does explain what's wrong with things. So there was incomplete sentence. So if we just click that, right, this sentence is incomplete. A full sentence contains a subject and a verb phrase. The titles do not necessarily require a verb phrase, but they should not end with a period. Some sentences begin. So it does teach you about grammar and spelling as you go through it. I've been using Whitesmoke now for a while. It was recommended to me by a publisher friend of mine actually, and as I say, it's quite useful. So it's not the be all and end all, but if you're like me and a bit slow on the uptake of where commas and colons go, and where you put a full stop and whatnot, it really does help. And then once you've given it to someone to proofread, it's a little bit easier and a lot less embarrassing mistakes are there. And anyway, so I hope you liked my video. Sorry it's been almost 11 minutes now, but as you can see, Whitesmoke is pretty smart, and I hope you actually use it and find it useful. Anyway, thanks for watching.